meaning here. Now, what about the meaning of circuits? And you're going to find the word here. Wireless telephone circuits. So what is the meaning of circuits?
E. E.
Rafif, are you talking? Because I cannot hear you.
E.
She says E.
I think I cannot hear you all of you. Just a minute. Okay, can you talk now? Ola, sorry, Thalith, can you hear me?
نسمعك يا معلمة.
الآن تسمعوني ثالث؟
Hello, teacher.
Oh wow, I cannot hear you. يأتيني يعني أنا أرى إنه المايك مفتوح مثلا عند رغد وعند رفيف، لكن لا أسمع شيء. طيب ممكن تكتبوا لي في الشات إذا تسمعوني أو لا؟ رغد ممكن تتحدثي؟
معلمة.
أوكي تحدثتي لأني أنا ما أسمع شيء.
نعم تحدثت. معلمة.
الآن سمعت كلام.
سمعتيني؟
Finally. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's go back quickly. So Rafif, you were saying the meaning of circuits, right?
E.
So can you read the meaning?
Path for electrical currents.
Path for electrical currents. Circuits Ula is when they Thalith, when they bring can you see sometimes in when they bring a picture of any map and then they will use like this, and those are the electrical currents or electrical path we call them circuits for the phone. It means that here you can see the phone, or sorry, here you have a network maybe, or you can talk to anyone with good voice. Okay, number 2, condensed. What is the meaning of condensed?
Shortened.
Yes. Who is talking?
Rahaf.
Yes, Rahaf. Yes, so condensed, it means shortened, which is B. Thank you so much. Number 3, determined. When someone is determined, what do we call that? Or what does that mean?
F.
Yes, Rimas?
F.
Can you read the meaning?
Decided.
Yes, thank you so much. When I am determined, it means that I decided to do something. Extensively. What is the meaning of extensively? Yes, Bayadir? Extensively. You mean extend across? Are you sure?
D.
Also, it's not D. Okay, Bayadir, you're going to give me the meaning of span. Okay, now what is the meaning of extensively, Thalith?
C.
Which means?
Covering a wide range or area.
Yes, it's covering a wide range of area. Thank you so much. Number 5, Frank. Those are easy words, Thalith.
D.
Say it again, please.
D.
Yes, it is D. Position in an ordered group. Thank you so much, Sarah. And the last one, span. A, which means extend across. Done. Can I erase it? Now, today we're going to take a grammar that is totally new for you, I think, which is the future perfect. Before that, we've taken the perfect symbol in the present perfect symbol, sorry, and we said that it means that something happened in the past, but the effect is until now, maybe. Okay, that's why we call it present perfect symbol, and the time is not important. Now, something that is totally new for you, and I needed to write this in your notebook. It's very important. The future perfect. How I'm going to have that? Let's see. The future perfect is used to express the idea that an action will, just a minute, an action will be completed in the future before another event or before another specific time in the future. The future perfect is formed with, will have, and the past participle, which is verb number 3. So, for example, by the time my children are grown, scientists will have found solution to global warming. The car company will have introduced their new models by November. So let's write this. Here we have, please write this in your notebook, the future perfect. Something that should have happened in the past and it will finish in the past. How I'm going to say that it's going to finish in the past? I have to use the, in the future, I have to use the future perfect. So it's going to be subject plus, what do I have with perfect? Whenever I have a grammar that has the word perfect, it means that I'm going to have yes, Thalith. Whenever I have a grammar with perfect, it means that I'm going to have what? Hello?
Have, I guess.
Yes, thank you
Will.
so much. Have, when I have perfect, I mean. So subject plus have or has. Sorry, I think it's only have. Plus past participle. What is the meaning of past participle? It means verb number 3. So 2 actions or 1 action maybe, but it's going to be finished in the future. So by the time my children are grown, this is 1 action. It's going to happen in the future. When this action happened, the scientist will have found, okay, and it's going to be done. So founding the solution of the global warming will be finished in the future. The car company will have introduced their new models by November. So here I have a time, which is November. When this month comes, the car company will have introduced, and this action will be done. Understood, Thalith?
Yes.
Okay, let me give you example. Um, by, or let's say the
Future.
attendance. Yes.
In perfect, in future perfect, we don't use will.
Where? Oh,
After, before
uh,
have.
yes, yes. Oh, thank you so much. I made a mistake. Yes, of course, we should use will because it's a future perfect. So it should be subject plus have, sorry, plus will plus have, and then the past participle. Thank you so much, Sharimas. I have to erase this. So in the future perfect, it's going to be subject plus will, so will have, and then past participle, which is verb number 3. Okay, so for example, I have here, oh my god, all of it. Okay, I will write the example here. So the attendance will have taken by the end of the class. Can you see? I have now one action, which is taking the attendance, and this action is going to be finished when? Yes, Thalith?
By the end of the class.
Yes, by the end of the class. So just pay attention here that the main thing about this grammar is one action that will be completed in the future, because this is what makes it different from any other action in the future. When I say I will take the attendance, it's different from the attendance will have taken. Now, because this action will be finished or completed in the future before another event, so I can have two actions, like here, my children are grown, scientists will have found the solution, or before a specific time. So I have two options, whether an event or another action or specific time. Here I have, for example, specific time, which is November, and this action by this specific time is going to be finished. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Now we have the future perfect progressive. Now I know it's a little bit complicated because we have the future, we have the perfect, also it should be progressive. Now, when I use the perfect progressive, the future perfect progressive is used to focus on the duration of an action. Of course, because I'm using progressive, so I have to focus on the duration. That will be happening in the future before another time or event happens also in the future. Now, maybe it seems that it's the same thing as the previous grammar, but it's not, because I'm focusing on the duration. The future perfect progressive is formed with will, have, been, and then the present participle, which is a verb with ing. So by the year 2020, people will have been flying for 117 years. If I'm going to say the same thing here، هتتعرف الفرق ما بين هذا الجرامر والجرامر السابق. If I'm going to say the same thing here, I will say, using the previous grammar, I will say by the year 2020, people will. Can someone help? How can I use it as the previous grammar? Hello. ثالث. I'm going to say the same thing of this sentence, but this sentence is in the future perfect progressive, which the focus is in the duration. يعني التركيز كله على المدة الزمنية. And of course, because I'm using for and then the duration of time. Now I'm going to say the same thing, but I'm not focusing on the time. No, I'm focusing that this action is going to be finished and completed in the future. يعني future perfect كان فقط إنه التركيز الفعل هذا سينتهي في المستقبل. But the future perfect progressive تركيز كله على المدة. Okay, so what is the past participle of fly? By the year 2020, people will have no. Can you see? Subject plus will plus have plus the past participle.
Fluent?
Now, yes.
Fluent, صح?
Yes. Now I'm focusing, if I said this sentence like this, I'm focusing that this action will be finished, which is people flying in the future. If I said by the year 2020, people will have been flying for 117 years, then I'm focusing on the duration. Yes, there is a specific time, which is 2020, and yes, this action is going to happen by this specific time, but I'm not focusing on that, I'm focusing on the duration. Now, here I need you to pay attention. Sometimes either the future perfect or the future perfect progressive can be used to express the same idea. As we said here, it's expressing the same idea. By 2020, I will have been living in Sao Paulo for 15 years. By 2020, I will have lived in Sao Paulo for 15 years. Okay? Is it clear, Thalith? So just to write here, subject plus have and then plus the verb with ing. This is the future perfect progressive. Okay. Now the last one here is the future with dependent time clause. Yes.
مريم ممكن تعيديها اللي قبل شوي؟
This grammar.
أيوة اللي كتبتيه بس آخر شيء.
Oh, I'm afraid I cannot do that. This one, right?
أيوة.
Done, Sarah?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Now here we have the future with dependent time clause. We can talk about a future event using a time clause with when, before, after, while, until, since, and present tense verb form, not a future form, is used in the time clause and will be going to are used in the main clause. So here I have one sentence, but it has two parts. One part I'm going to use when, before, after, while, but with a present symbol. The other part will be the future form. Now let's see. My father will keep using his old-fashioned cord phone until it breaks. So two parts. The first part here was in the future, and then I have a time clause, which is until it breaks in the present symbol. I'm going to explain that tomorrow, inshallah, because now we don't have time. Um, Now here we have an exercise, just a quick one. Choose the correct tense, the future continuous or future perfect, which is future progressive. Now in 20 years time, most people the internet will be using or will have been using. What do you think? In 20 years time, most people will be using the internet or most people will have been using the internet.
Will be using.
I guess so, yes, will be using. Okay, I will send this to you in the chat. I need a place to open it and see your answer, then send it maybe in the group so I can see what score you can get. Okay, so let's just take the attendance. بادر موجودة، جود موجودة، جود is absent. دانا موجودة،
موجودة.
رغد موجودة، رفيف موجودة، ريماس، رهف، ريما موجودة، ريما is absent. سارة موجودة، سدين، سدين is absent. شفيقة،
Yes.
شفيقة، شفيقة is absent. شهد، شهد،
نعم.
غدي،
نعم.
فرح،
نعم.
ماريا،
نعم.
ناجية،
نعم.
رنيم is absent. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you for coming. Have a nice day.